Let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to have you start with, Kendra, is I'm going to have you start with tell us your first and last name so people know who you are, and then tell us when you got started, a little bit about why you started, a little bit about your journey, and then I'm going to go and do some Q&A stuff. And then if there's any questions or anything that you guys want to know, put them in the chat. I want to get through this whole thing before we do, and we'll do questions at the end. So go ahead, Kendra.
Hi guys, my name's Kendra Myers. I signed up as a distributor in March of this year, so March 2016. But I had been taking a couple of different products the year before that. And it took Tony a while for me to get me to sign up as a distributor. And my story is unique, it's different, and I wanted to share. And some of you guys on here know me, so you know what I'm going to say. And I have Leslie on my screen right now. Hi, honey. And I might get emotional. I already feel it coming on. In 2007, out of nowhere, I was sick. Didn't know what was wrong. I just kept getting sick, and my doctor couldn't figure it out, and he hospitalized me. And in the hospital, they ran all kinds of tests. And they found that and diagnosed me with full-blown AIDS. That was in 2007. We have no idea where it came from, honestly. And I did try and figure that out because my husband and my daughter had to be tested, and they're negative. I did have 2 hip surgeries prior to that, years in 2002 and 2004. I've never had blood transfusions. And in the second hip surgery, they did bone graft from a cadaver. We did try and look into that, but it's hard to detect in bone. And so they couldn't confirm or deny that it came from that. So, and in the timeline that they gave me, they said I would only had it 7 to 10 years, would have only had HIV that would have gone into full-blown AIDS that I was diagnosed with in 2007. And at the time they told me that, my husband and I had been together over 11 years. So I did have previous boyfriends before that, but we stopped looking because I needed to move forward. I needed to take care of my daughter who was sick, and my husband who was sick. It's a lot of medical that I've had to deal with for the last 16 years. Are you guys still there?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. And it's been a long journey. In 2000, so I don't even know. I'm going to go back and forth. In 1998, my husband was diagnosed with cancer 4 days before our daughter was born. We went through 2 years of intense cancer treatments at the UW with him. And at the end of his cancer treatments, we went straight into him being diagnosed with Crohn's disease and my daughter being diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. But at the same time, they both had it. And at that time, they told us that there was a chance that those diseases can lead to liver disease. Fast forward to lots of years of my daughter being in and out of the hospital, my husband being in and out of the hospital, me not doing so hot. I'm sure at some point in time, I was probably around 300 pounds or more because of steroids and medications. And I have this clearing throat thing that they can't figure out. So I'm living with that, which I'll live with it. I don't care. That's nothing. Because in 2012, I'm going to fast forward to that, my husband passed away from the liver disease they said he could get that went into cancer. He chose no treatments because by the time they figured out what was wrong with him, he was stage 4. And they gave him, if he did treatments, if he didn't do treatments, he would have a few months. If he did treatments, he would have a few months after that. So he chose no treatments. Then he passed away. A year later, Thanksgiving 2013, my daughter was hospitalized for testing because she wasn't doing good. Her lab tests were off. She wasn't feeling good. Everything was not right. We were at Doran-Becker Children's Hospital in Portland. On Thanksgiving Day, a team of doctors walked into her room and told us that she had the same liver disease her dad did, and that she was stage 3. It wasn't easy to take, and it still isn't. So I've been out of depression since 2010, when my husband had to have surgeries to remove his colon. When I was trying to, just feel good, when I was trying to take care of my daughter, we had lots of support with family and friends at our church. And I have allergic reactions to all kinds of medications, including antidepressants. The only thing that worked for me was Valium. And in 2013, I knew that we needed to make some more changes, even though, I was cooking pretty healthy, and whatever Tani had been telling me about, it works. Because my hair was falling out because I was on low-dose chemo for what they had diagnosed me with, rheumatoid arthritis, in 2008. I don't have rheumatoid arthritis because after 7 years of being on medication for it and not responding to it anymore, and then having allergic reactions to medications, more medications, even IV medications, I was sent to the UW, and they did it, thorough testing, more testing than what I've had, and found out I don't have rheumatoid arthritis. I do have a type of arthritis, and they say the HIV causes it, but it's not rheumatoid. That was I'm losing my timeline. That was in 2014, I think. 2014 or 15, I can't remember. 2015, the spring of 2015, when the UW said I didn't have it. The moment they told me, I immediately said, if I don't have rheumatoid arthritis, do I need to be taking the 3 medications I'm on? Because I don't want to be. If I don't need to be taking them, I don't want to take them. And at that time, I had been looking into relief because Tawny's mom, Nancy, was taking it, and it was helping her joints. And they said, you can stop 1 today, and we need to taper off the other 2. One of those other 2 was steroids. Within the next month, my insurance wouldn't cover one of them, so I called the UW and I said, my insurance not covering it, I can't afford it, can I stop it now? I started tapering, but I'm not going to do the complete taper, and they said yes. And then I tapered off the prednisone, and then I started taking relief consistently. And I replaced Valium with Confianza. And hair, skin, and nails to bring my hair back. And greens to help my body build back up its immune system. In the last 1.5 years, my HIV blood counts, after stopping those 3 medications and staying consistent with my It Works products, my HIV blood counts have gone up each checkup, which is every 3 months. I get my blood tests every 3 months. And the last 2 months, they were not only in normal ranges, which I have struggled with them being in normal range. Last year, I was close to being back down to what they considered full-blown AIDS level. And that's probably that picture in the collage I posted yesterday. That's probably about that time. My counts are the highest they've ever been, and they're staying in normal ranges. I haven't been able to share that publicly because my daughter's in high school. She already deals with a lot with her liver disease. And 2 years ago, her freshman year, she was bullied because somebody in the basketball locker room said and was telling everybody that her mom gave her AIDS. She's negative. She doesn't have HIV. She's been tested more times than I can remember. And they've stopped testing because they've done it enough. They know she's negative. That's not her problem. Her problem is stage 3 liver disease and ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, and autoimmune hepatitis. She has 2 liver diseases. So I was seeing the difference in how the products were helping me and sharing it with Tani and my family. And then family and friends around me noticing a huge difference in me. I decided, with Tani's help, to sign up as a distributor. Because people around me, I was sending people to her to sign up because people around me saw a difference in me. Huge difference, and they still are. I also want It Works to help me get out of debt, help me not have to worry about when Jackson gets sick, I need Pedialyte. A few months ago, there was a fundraiser for us because she was so sick with an infection we didn't know she had, so that I could get her Pedialyte and keep it on hand. I'm losing my train of thought, Allie.
You're doing amazing. I'm just over here in awe of your strength and your story. And I haven't heard all of it. I mean, I've heard a little bit of it. I was just typing in here saying, I was just typing literally as you were talking to us. But I'll never forget when Tani said, okay, wait till you meet my friend Kendra. And I was like, why? And she goes, just wait. She goes, her story, the products, her results, you're going to be blown away. And I'm like, okay. And then she's like, no, but seriously, like what she's taking, like, you know, people get good results. She goes, but this girl has amazing results. And she goes, she's so tied to these products, like they've changed her life, you know? And I think that's what inspires me so much about you, Kendra, is that you have such an incredible product story that you just sharing that right now, I hope that touched and inspired every single person on this Zoom tonight to really and truly realize what they have their hands on. You know, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Go ahead, Tani.
So, Kendra, do you mind sharing? So when I first joined, I will tell you guys, when I first joined, I've known Kendra since before I can remember. I don't remember a time when I didn't have Kendra in my life. When I joined, she was the one that was like, okay, if I can get anybody on these products, I want it to be Kendra, because if these can help change anybody, like, she deserves for it to be her. And still to this day, she'll text me and I'm just like, what? Like, obviously I believe in these products, but to then hear, like, she has so many different medical struggles and, you know, obstacles and all of this stuff, and Jackson has so many different things, and then just see them, but then to hear her and say, like, these are what the doctors are saying, this is what is happening. And then can you share what you wrap?
Oh yeah. I have fatty tumors on my hips. I call them my lovely lady lumps. And I've had them for a long time, and with the HIV medication, that's one of the side effects, that it can help them grow. And I've been wrapping them because I've been told by doctors I can't have surgery because of risk of infection. I went to a consult about liposuction and they wouldn't do it because of risk of infection, and Shaylee went with me to that, and my insurance wouldn't cover it. So I've been wrapping them, and I'm down for pant sizes. They're shrinking with the wraps.
That's amazing. That is so amazing. So really quick before I go on, I have a couple of questions I want to ask you, Kendra. So, okay, so you used, and correct me if I'm wrong, so on a consistent basis, you use Relief, Convienza, Hair, Skin, and Nails, Greens, and the wraps.
Yes.
Okay.
And I take New You at night.
Okay.
Omega-3s. It's vital. Core Nutrition. It's vital minerals. And I take one Confianza in the morning, and if I need any more throughout the day, I take them.
Awesome.
Usually it's just one. But dealing with when times Jackson are sick or something's going on with my mom, she has a type of leukemia, and my grandpa passed away in August. On the day of his funeral, I lost count at 11, taking 11 Confianza throughout the day.
Holy moly, sister. Well, I guess you can't OD on it.
Nope, I did fine.
Oh, I just love your spirit. Okay, so we've heard about your incredible, inspiring story. And like I said, you're probably one of the strongest women I've ever met. And now these products have changed your life. And I know, sometimes we get into this business, we don't have that, strong product story, but you do. And I think that's something why your story is so special, that you get to share that with people and you get to truly say, this saved my life. This changed so much about me. And I truly admire your strength for sharing that. You're a little bit more in depth about your story with us, because I know for me, in fact, that just shows you as a person just willing to open up and share that. There's so much strength about you, and that just shows so much growth in you as well. And I'm so excited to see where you go from here. I mean, holy moly, what you've accomplished this far is it's incredible. So with this business, you're talking about, okay, so the products have changed your life, and you have no problem sharing that with other people. So now your next step is, you really want to get out of debt, having to deal with the medical bills, and finances. So kind of talk to us a little bit about, how do you work your business? Because I know a little bit how you work your business, and I think it's fun. You always are having fun when you work your business. And I always want to know what you're cooking and making. And my God, you're always and I'm like, if I had that time, I would be over there eating all the freaking food she's making. So talk to us a little bit about that. So how do you work your business intentionally? Because it totally is. So now after everybody hearing this whole story, how do you work your business every day, Kendra?
I work all aspects of social media, and I've become addicted to Facebook Live videos. My passion is cooking, and I cook for specialty diets, healthy eating, and I take hot lunch to Jackson every day that she's at school. But I'll go on live feed. I'll tell my Snapchat viewers I'm going to go on live feed. I'm going to be cooking something, and that helps build my audience. And then I'll go on live feed. I'll make sure I'll have my hair down before I start cooking and play with it a little. And then I'll put it up, and people will notice, oh my gosh, your hair's so long. And then we talk about hair, skin, and nails. And I always have my greens or blender bottle with me. I've always got full of water in the house. I drink a lot of water. It works as just part of my life, and I'm going to share it and put it in my cooking. I even cook with essential oils. So, but social media, I do just about everything.
What I love about you, though, is that you don't let this stop you in any way, shape, or form. You don't and I think that's one thing I just love about you, Kendra, is I don't even know you as well as Tawny does, and I can just sense through you that you're a no excuse person. You know, I think for me, if anybody else had all of this on their plate, they would be thrown in the towel. I don't have money to afford these products. I don't have the time to work this business. I don't have this. I don't have this. I have family stuff going on. And you have the, you know, no bullshit, no excuse attitude. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to let this change my life. I'm going to use these products and prove to people that they work. And guess what? I am going to get out of debt. But you know what? I'm also going to do cooking that I love, and I'm going to do live video at the same damn time. Like, rock star all in one. Like, it's incredible. Your strength truly inspires me, because not only do you love this company, but I've seen your passion with cooking. I mean, I've seen your work many of times, but I love that. I love that you're doing what you love as a passion and as a hobby, and then yet you're throwing this in the mix. And I've seen your videos. When you're doing your videos, you have a product in the background. You know, you have something at work's always visible so people can see that. So,
Yeah.
So kind of talk to us a little bit about, you know, what is kind of your goals from here on out kind of with It Works? You know, you are working out on a daily basis. You said social media, you said Snapchat, you said live videos. You love those. So kind of talk to us a little bit about kind of what your goals are and kind of how you incorporate this business. You know, how are you working that? So if you have your live videos and people are commenting on there as you're cooking, you know, how are you generating your leads or your network while you're doing those live videos?
Well, I will message my team that I'm going live. I will tell Snapchat I'm going live. I will message some of my friends that I know will jump on and share my video. And then during the recipe, I have a blog where I've got links of how I make certain things like my red sauce and stuff. And I'll say, if you want to know more about that, or if you want that recipe, write red sauce in the comments. And after the video's over, I'll message you. And, you know, same about products. If they want to talk about it, we talk about it live right there. I had a great one 2 Friday nights ago, a great question and answer. I wasn't cooking.
Is that your loyal customer on the spot?
What's that?
That your loyal customer on the spot video?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Nice.
Yep. Yeah. I wasn't cooking that night. I also do, with the loyal customers I have, a referral program with them. If they refer somebody to me and that somebody signs up, I send them a free gift. And I posted a picture of one of those, was it last week or week before? So I've got that going too. Family and friends share.
That's awesome. So, okay, so we know your product is a product. You know, we know you want to get out of debt. What do you feel like is your strong point in this business? Do you feel like it's loyal customers, or do you feel like it's distributors, or kind of talking to people on the line? As I know, you know, people that are on here, I know they're going to kind of say, you know, I can relate to this or I can relate to that. So I know it's going to help people to hear this as, you know, what do you feel like is your strong point, and how do you work within that strength?
My strong point is all the research I did prior to even starting the products myself. I'm an ingredients person. Yeah, natural. I'm better with loyals, but better about talking about and signing up loyals than distributors, but I'm working on that. I actually, since It Works gave away the $1 million, my no excuse attitude really kicked up a few notches. And I've talked to a couple ladies today. They're friends. They live in 2 different states, one in Tennessee, one in California. And they kind of want to do buddy system. One of them, it sounds like through the way the whole day went, one of them's going to sign up as a distributor, and then her friend's going to sign up as a loyal under her at the same time. And then they're going to support each other as they have me for support too.
Nice. That's awesome. So question on that. So you said you were better at loyals and distributors. So when you are messaging people, do you lead with loyal customers or do you lead with distributors?
Actually, since the $1 million giveaway, I do both.
Nice.
Yeah, I just put it both in there. I'm like, the difference between a loyal customer and a distributor is a loyal customer gets my 40% discount, a distributor gets my 40% discount and earns money.
And I love that. It's so simple, you know, when
Mhm.
you explain that guess what? The only difference is, do you want to use the products and get my discount, or do you want to use the products, get my discount, and make money with me? That's
Yeah.
it. You know, and I
Yeah.
think when we make that so simplified when we're talking to people, then they realize like, oh, I'm no different than her. I can do this too, you know? I love that. So I do want to leave, I was going to ask you a couple more questions, but I do want to leave a little bit of room for questions from everybody else, because we do have 10 minutes left, and I want to see if anybody has questions. And if they don't, I'll ask the rest of mine. But your story is so inspiring, Kendra, and I think just with your products, you know, what you're all about, you're just you. Honestly, I think you have so much to give and offer to this team, and so I want people to have the chance to ask that to you. So does anybody have any questions or any aha moments or anything that they want to ask or say to Kendra?
And I'm cool with any questions.
Or anything they can relate to, I guess I should say too.
I have a question.
Whoa, we're asking questions this way. I thought I was only doing them to you.
Well, it's actually for everybody.
Perfect.
One, I told Tani this, because It Works is helping my HIV and helping me tremendously. I mean, like, more than I ever thought anything would. I want to know if there's anybody out there like me. Anybody else out there with like, not necessarily on our team, but do you know anybody with HIV that these products can help? Because I know they can.
That would be awesome. You definitely get in contact with them for sure. That'd be super cool. Anybody have any thoughts or aha moments
I'll drop my phone.
you want to share? Okay, something that I want to ask you real quick, Kendra, is so what is your, I guess I could kind of put together
There we go.
just as everything that you said, but what would you say that your why is in this business? What keeps you going? You know, with so much on your plate, so much going on, you know, and so much under your belt, you know, what would you say keeps you moving forward every single day to work hard, be a product of the product, be excited, be passionate, do your live videos when you feel like you don't want to, you do them anyway, you know, what keeps you going every day?
My daughter. I mean, I joined at first to make enough product to make enough money to support the product we use. She can use a few of them. With her liver disease, we have to be careful what goes into her body. She can't even take fish oil. So, because her liver can't process it. But yeah, I'd taken the products to be healthy, and I'm healthy. I'm healthier than I have been in 7 years. So.
Yeah. And it's so true, because like I was just reading a couple of these people's comments, and Natalie said, I know someone, I'll have to tell him about your story. Lindsay said, I'd love to chat with you about a friend. Kendra, your story is so inspiring. You are so strong. The only thing I want to share is thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Seriously, you know, and I think honestly, I don't even really know what I would even say to you besides, if this doesn't give somebody a wake-up call almost, I think I would say that, you know, there's somebody else out there that has it harder. You know, there's somebody out there that's struggling, and it's your job to deliver this message. You know, treat this business as gold, you guys. We have something so incredible on our hands. And if it wasn't for Tani opening up her mouth and saying, hey, Kendra, you need this. I know this will change your life. I know these products will change your life, because Tani knew what Kendra was going through, and she knew she needed it. right? So it's our job, you guys, to just reach out and talk to people, open our mouths and just say, hey, I have something that I think will help you, will change your life, and then look what's happened along the way, right? Tanya, I just saw you unmute yourself. Did you want to add into that?
Yeah, I just want to share a couple things really fast. It kind of exactly what you were saying. Kendra never hesitates to offer a product ever. Like even to me, even I'll be like, oh my gosh, like whatever I may be going through. And she's like, well, did you take this? I'm like, oh, well, I'll go do that. You know, like she's my product go-to. Like if anybody asks questions on my team about what a product does, I'm always like, Kendra, you got that? But she never hesitates, you guys. Like she's loud and proud and so confident. And I think that's why I'm so drawn to her and why other people are so drawn to her is because she believes 150% in these products. And obviously with her story, how do you not? But, you know, I think that's something that we all can take from that because everybody can learn and everybody can be proud. And instead of being like, oh yeah, you have a headache, I'll give you some Tylenol. No, offer Comfy and Zen Greens. Offer a product, you know, your hair is struggling. Dude, I got you. You know, like she always offers a product and very proud and confident in what these products do. And that's something that I think that she inspires me to do more of too.
Me too, you know, and that's such a good point, you guys, as, you know, I mean, for me, like when I first got started too, I didn't use a lot of things, but, you know, I'm so not a green, like so far from a green, but utilize the greens within our team. Like Tani was just saying, utilize Kendra, learn from her, grow from her. And Kendra, you're going to be doing all of our product stuff now. Like every Zoom, go Kendra's way, guys. Like, and so utilize that. And I think that's working within your strengths. You know, it's something that you're good at and that people will see that within you, you know, see that you're good. You know, the knowledge behind it. You know, the ingredients, you know, like Tani was saying, what do I do for this? Yep. Have you tried this? You know, and I love that about you. So that's awesome. And that's truly inspiring because every single one of us is good at something, right? And we need to work within that, within this business. Okay. So we have about 3 minutes left. Kendra, do you want to share anything else before we finish up for tonight?
For everybody that says they know somebody and wanted to talk to me, just message me. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with talking about everything that I talked about tonight.
I just love it. I love it. And I love that when I asked her, she was like, yep, I'd love to. It was just so willing. And I love that. Like it didn't even have to, okay, I had to pull your arm at all. It was just like easy done. So thank you so much again, Kendra, for being on tonight. I appreciate you and your story and value what you bring to this team. So again, this is recorded. So Kendra, you just tell me if you want me to post it on the team page. I can post it on there. You just let me know. And,
yeah, I'm totally cool with it.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much again. And thank you everybody for tuning in. And I hope everybody has a good night.
Thanks, guys.